In this video we'll look at paper 23 of the May-June 2022 series. Question 5 says a program will store attendance about each employee of a company. The data will be held in a record structure of type employee and the fields that are needed are shown below. So we have the employee number, well, as we can see this is an integer. Name, well, this will be a string in the format last name, comma, first name. Department, well, this is also a string, okay, multiple characters. Born, well, this can be a date, and then attendance, this will be a real. So here it just says write pseudocode to declare the record structure for type employee. And then the next one is saying, well, a 1D array staff contains 500 elements that will be used to store the employee records, and we want pseudocode for this. So basically, an array of 500 employees. Now, I've actually gone ahead and done this already because this is included in the starter code. So if you just, again, go to the exam questions, right, choose the correct paper, the correct year. And I mean, the way we do that with record, well, we just say type, and yeah, let me zoom in here. We just say type, then we want the name. So here we're calling it employee. And then we just declare like all of the variables we want. All of the fields, all of the attributes. Then we just have end type. So hopefully this one is, kind of makes sense. And then likewise, well, for the array, just a typical way of declaring an array. And rather than saying a built-in type like string integer, well, we can just say of employee. Now, this one, I mean, if we actually go to the next question, that'll actually be for part C, which, we'll look at in a minute. If we look at part B, it says there may be more records in the array than there are employees in the company. In this case, some records of the array will be unused, and state-wise good practice to have a standard array to indicate unused array elements. Now, the answer for this is, well, if, for example, there's new employees, then you want a way to check, where you can insert those new employees. Likewise, if you just want to, loop through and maybe output all the employees, well, you want a good way to check, kind of who is an employee, and which one is not being used. So I would say it kind of, probably a way that makes it easy for a programmer to check, whether this particular index in the array is being used or if it's not being used. Just make it easy to check. Right, and then, one way of indicating an unused record in the staff array, now if we look at this, I've just set the employee number to -1. Now, of course, you can also have the name as, just an empty string or something. I think -1, kind of makes sense. Right, so onto the actual main pseudocode thing. It says a procedure absentees will output the employee number and name of all employees who have an attendance value of 90% or less. And we just want to write this procedure. And it says, well, assume that the staff array is global. So if we just go here, and honestly this will be quite slow because, well, we've got like 500 employees, and as you can see here, right, where there's no employee, we just set the employee number to -1. Let's just go ahead and write this. So we want to say for n, this will be 1. We could go length of staff, but here we just say 500 because, well, we know there's 500 staff. We know the array size is 500. Right, so here then what we want to do, we want to say if staff, and this will be index n, right, then dot attendance. So what if this is less than 90? 90 or less. So this should be less than or equal to. Less than or equal to 90. Well, then we just want to output their name. So, I think it's the employee number. Employee number, and maybe just something like this, and then we'll just go name. Let me just zoom out as well. So that should be fine. Let's go end if, then let's go next n. Now, depending on your computer, this might take maybe 5 or 10 seconds to run, but let's try it. So actually, well, for me it was pretty fast. Other computers so actually here is one condition, right, so we do also need to check that the employee number is valid. So let's go here then, we'll go staff, then let's go n, so we will say the employee number, right, this should not be equal to -1, and then if we have this and, this should work. So now it works. Alright guys, so again, hopefully this makes sense, and see you in the next video.